along with Greg Anthony, Brett Bear. And our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. The Miami Heat have come to Atlanta with one thing in mind, taking down their rival Hawks. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. Leonard attacking. Great D that time from Nurkic.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Nurkic. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. Atlanta with the rebound. Tonight, two teams that like to slow it down a little bit, playing that half-court ball. Brent, we don't get to see that as often as we kind of have in the past.
Well, and that's okay, Kevin, because coaches who have a roster that's full of guys who they feel like physically can take advantage of defenses wearing down, or they're looking at their opponent as somebody who's not really patient defensively and wants to play through a 24-second possession. Then if you slow it down, you might have more opportunities for post-ups, cuts, and late baskets because of defensive breakdown.
Coaches knowing what they've got to work with.
Well, you got to know your personnel.
Yep. Count the basket.
And he's just an attacking player. A guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
Butler with the steal. And Kyle Lowry with the 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Nurkic with the block.
Excellent defense by Nurkic on that play. He made sure that shot was not going anywhere near the rim.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And Dragic has it in the corner. A 3 from Leonard. The offensive rebound. Valanciunas controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Again, the miss by Lowry.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Butler with the steal. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's what happens when you swipe the ball from the opposition like Dragic did there. Sometimes you get rewarded in the open floor with an easy 2 points.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. He does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
Inside. Back to Dragic. Butler with the steal. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Lowry. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Here's Leonard. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Outside Lowry. In the corner, Collins with it. And a miss there on the triple.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Lowry. In the corner, Collins with it. Buries the long-range jumper. Collins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
From distance, when he gets into a rhythm early, it makes this offense a lot more dynamic.
Well, great to get him involved, particularly at the start of the game. This is what keeps guys engaged.
And the basket by Lowry. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Clock at 6. Here's Dragic. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Hits it from three-point range. That's 7 points for Leonard.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot. And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Pass to Butler. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Butler is just hard to guard inside. Really good at using his body to create contact against the defense at the basket.
And so Butler nails both of them. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Atlanta. They trail by 1. And the rejection by Collins.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
Lowry with the ball. He's got 8. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal. And still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
The Hawks trailing. Outside Dragic. Leonard attacking. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two...
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Atlanta Hawks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be back with you shortly. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
Yeah, if your opponent fails to block out, you get yourself in great position. That was the story of the first quarter for them offensively.
Well, you just look at the talent that left the Hawks over the last few seasons, Brent. Easy to see why they needed to start over.
Yeah, it started with Al Horford and his departure, and then Teague and Millsap did the same. And hard for any franchise to remain competitive when you lose that many quality players, especially their chemistry in Budenholzer's system. Arguably a great fit for one another, and now off to doing bigger and better things.
He's feeling it. Here's Allen.
Some encouraging signs of Greg Monroe on the defensive end, not only guarding straight up, but positionally on defense.
Back to Collison. Corner shot. Misses off the right iron.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Dragic is running.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Allen. That shot misses. And the Heat going the other way now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Heat have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And so he hits the technical free throw. So many modern offenses no longer rely on a point guard to initiate the play. Tell us a little bit more. Walk us through that process.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, are getting more towards motion offenses, almost playing in a secondary break where you've either coming off a score, you're coming down the floor, the point guard gets off the ball, and with all the players moving around and with the multifaceted skill set of your small forward and your power forward who's now playing at the point, distributing the ball, setting screens, DHO. Because of that skill set, you don't really have the heavy reliance on point guard domination with the basketball, setting up every play, and being the only playmaker on the floor. Now you have 3 and sometimes 4 getting that job done.
A drive by Collison. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Valanciunas on the double team. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And he could tell. His guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under.
And the Heat making a change here. And so it's Atlanta with it. Here's Barea. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Butler. Aminu grabs the miss.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Correa, no good. Miami trailing. The 19-foot shot hits the front of the rim and out. Butler with the steal. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
You can't give any space to Butler. Vicious at penetrating to the rack and then drawing the contact.
And so Butler nails both of them.
And Jimmy Butler, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
And it's Correa with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Butler. .146 left in the first half of basketball. Again, the miss by the Heat. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
Outside Lowry. To the middle. Shot's good by Butler. Butler's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. Utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
Atlanta calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And here are the Heat now. Here's Collison. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. 59 seconds left in the first half. Correa, no good. Three-pointer, Butler. Aminu grabs the miss.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
And you look at J.J. Barea and how he's played over the years, has always been a spark plug for a team off the bench. It just plays with energy and creativity no matter the situation.
Pass to Butler. Shoots over Matthews. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And it's 8 points for Butler.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
And the rejection by Collins. Now here's Butler. Shoots over Matthews. The kick out to Collison. Outside Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. The Heat with the lead. To the middle. Tries again. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Lowry drives in. Trying to get open is Butler. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Brent, we have bigs playing a different kind of game in the NBA now.
It feels like skill is taking over, and even last year in the playoffs, so much talk for us about the idea of not being able to play a big center. Right, not being able to play a post-up center or a rim-protecting center. These players have to be mobile. They have to be able to set screens and roll down the lane, and they have to be able to switch out, most importantly, defensively to guard the most talented scorers in the league. So the center position is now becoming a more skilled position where teams take their best four-man and slide them down to the five, a la Draymond Green or sometimes Giannis with Milwaukee, to make sure that they can make the most impact while they're on the floor.
Good examples.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Outside, Porter. Outside, Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And Butler is a force when he's driving to the basket. God loves gutting the defense, and you just cannot afford to lose it.
They get it again. Valanciunas. Leonard on the wing. He's got 11. Second chance shot. A tight game here in Atlanta. Lowry from outside. Atlanta with the rebound.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
And Valanciunas penetrating. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And last season he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Collison, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
And with Collison, and great how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
Here's Crawford. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
Crawford angling his body right into the contact. He doesn't mind slithering his way in there.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's high, he stays high.
For the lead. Got a hand on it. And he's able to get it back. Another shot. And he hits the jumper for 2. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Collison for 3. Cans it from downtown. Collison's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's good focus from the Bosnian Bear, getting down there. Nurkic finding the open man with ease.
Here's Barea. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Shoots from the elbow. Great positioning on the putback.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
And it's Lowry penetrating. And Lowry gets double teamed. To the paint. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Well, Brent is a former dunk contest winner. I have to ask your thoughts on one of the great Hawks of all time, the terrific human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Well, Dominique, one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen, and one of the most feared dunkers, obviously, of his era. You remember a lot of the highlights with Neek coming in, flying in, and finishing off a shot that might have missed from the opposite wing and going up over the top of 2 or 3 guys. So he certainly doesn't get enough credit nationally for the type of offensive firepower that Neek provided for his beloved Atlanta Hawks for years and years. Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Here is Barea. He has 6. They double him with Butler. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Jump ball. Jump ball. And here are the Heat now. And it's Lowry penetrating. Here's Collins. Here's Bagley. Outside for Lowry. Fires from deep. Aminu grabs the miss. And memories of the Big Three era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat. The organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough, and trying to figure out a path to get there.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Here's Collison. He's got 9. From the high post. They grab their own miss. Here's Nurkic. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. Crawford left side. Outside Collison. Shot clock at 6. They need this. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
And it's Yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Correa, that's a 2-pointer. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Collison. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Pass to Muscala. Leonard trying to break free. Nice D from Crawford. Now, Nurkic. Over Muscala. Atlanta with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
The offensive rebound. Correa uses the glass to finish the layup. Correa's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hawks. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Crawford outside. Here's Nurkic. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta.
Excellent footwork inside from Nurkic there to put the D in an awkward position and force them to foul him there.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. Even though they're ahead, he said, these guys are capable of catching fire. They can score a lot in a little. I don't want to see anybody easing up until the final whistle. Guys.
Thank you, David. That one misses. And for Yusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
The Heat trailed by 13. The drive by Lowry. A second chance effort. Pass to Bagley. Outside Lowry. The Heat need to get a shot off. Tries again. Bagley, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Well, getting the ball off the dribble to the bucket is one of Dragic's strengths. You can't afford to let him get that close to the rim, or he's going to get you.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole, but I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a 13-point game.
Assist from.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. It's deflected.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
Pass to Butler. To the inside. Good ball movement here by Miami. And the lead is down inside single digits.
And Butler just exploits that pick and roll defense. A tough physical guy who's hard to guard in those sets.
The drive by Lowry. Outside Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And that pump fake of Butler has become deadly. You wonder if D. Wade has been giving him some pointers. You got to stay down if you're on defense.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Nobody near Leonard. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You know, stretching the floor, Kawhi Leonard out at that distance, you're just so fearful of him driving by, and he knocks one down with confidence.
And that one, good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Pass to Allen. Bagley brings the double team. Here's Dragic from outside.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
No good from Valanciunas. The Heat trailed by 9. Porter with it. Now guarded by Dragic. To the middle. And the basket by Lowry.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Dragic. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
And it's Miami's ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Three-pointer, Lowry. It's Lowry again missing. And the Hawks can't hang on to the ball.
Poor decision-making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, but you still got to play this one out. Near impossible, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Shot by Collins, no good. And the Hawks with possession. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Yes! And now they trail by just 4. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're down by 6. 17 seconds left in the 4th quarter. To Miles. Here's Bagley. And Allen with the block. They recover it.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And he makes both free throws. Here is Matthews. And now they foul and stop the clock. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine and seal it.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're behind by 6. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. Lowry for 3. Cans the 3.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. From deep. No good. And so the Hawks take the win. It was a